Hey all blendies, welcome back to my review and also welcome to the newcomers. So as teased in my post before, a couple days ago, I brought the Mobydick's Resident Evil figures over here. These are the only figures that I have for Mobydick because they were released not a couple years ago, it's been a while, probably in the 90s from what I remember, but here they are. So today we have Hunter Bennett, we have Nemesis, Jill Valentine, and Carlos himself. So we are gonna have a look through all of these four figures one by one. So why don't we get to the figure of these amazing protagonists first? So yeah, let's get to Carlos first. So let's bring Carlos himself. Look at that. Here he is. So by the way, all of these figures are based on the original game of the Resident Evil. It's not the remake version, so please do be aware of that. And it's quite obvious just by looking at them, you know. Here it is. So Carlos comes in pretty decent detail and it's authentic to that game. And he looks pretty cool. Quite glossy too, because of the plastic. And yeah, I don't know, he looks fine. He got that nicely done blue eyes. He got the nicely painted lips. Look at his hair. The overall design of this guy seems to be very different from the remade version of Carlos. Same goes with Jill, but we're going to talk about that in a bit. But yeah, he got the nice watch with his glove on his hands. Really cool. Got that bit of muscle definition, which is sick as well. And the gun, what I really like about this figure is the gun as well. So yeah. So just remove this weapon. Looks like he's dancing again without a weapon. You know, classic figures without any much of an articulation. They all look like they're dancing without their accessories, but here it is. So you see his like a vest over here. That is really nicely sculpted too. Very basic painting though, but the overall sculpting is quite authentic to the game and it's really nice. What I really like about this figure is the backside where you can see the Umbrella Corporation mark over there. Really love the authentic detail from this manufacturer, Mobydick. And going to the pants, he's got a bit of like greenish wash all over the pants. And the details are quite nice with the wrinkles and things. It's an old figure, but it still is really nice. Looking at the lower section of the belt kind of thing over here, the pants, it's nicely sculpted too. Got his knee pad for his safety reason. What's quite odd about this is that I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like this, but you see the silver dots over here, which is actually sculpted and painted over. But on the other side it isn't, and I found out that it wasn't just my figure, it's with everyone who owns this figure. So if you're concerned about that, don't worry too much about it. It's not just you who has this issue. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. Anyways, the sneakers are really nicely done. It's not really a sneaker, it's like a boot, military boots. Again, but nicely done wrinkles, the back, really cool. Well, his fingers are really nicely painted too, though it's kind of old, so there might be a bit of tiny scuffs and things. I'm fine with that. There we go. He doesn't have any separate hand accessory that comes with this, guys, so it's fixed. So, getting to his rifle. This is his rifle over here. It is really nicely sculpted and nicely painted. It's decently painted. So, it is really cool. Looks like a M16. Not so sure. But you can remove his the mag over here and attach it again back here. Just like that. And he also has a scope that it comes with. Doesn't have a hole inside, but it is there. So there's a tiny peg on top of the rifle. That's where you put the scope. Did I put it upside down? No, I didn't. Just put it in the right spot, like that. So the scope is kind of loose, so it detaches quite easily. Just to be careful of not lose this amazing accessory for this guy. So that is pretty cool. He also comes with 2 extra mags for the rifle, so yeah, do not lose it. It's somewhat tiny piece. We have so that's not it for Carlos, because we have the base. It says Biohazard at the back in red, and Umbrella red as well, different font, and a symbol of Umbrella. It's not painted, it's actually sculpted and painted over, so it is such a nice base. Really love this thing. It says Mobydick, Capcom Mobydick, made in China. Okay, so that is it for Carlos. Now time to get to all of our favorite character, Jill Valentine. Yes, this is the Stars version, so here it is. So yeah, let's get to her face. It looks authentic to the game again, and really classic looking. The Stars mark is really nicely, I'm not sure if it's painted, it's like stamped, the logo there. The logo is like kind of stamped over to the hat maybe. Not so sure, but it's just really nice. Her face is nicely done too. Love that piece. And her pistol as well. This one also has a separate scope where you can attach to the pistol. The mag of the pistol doesn't really come out though. But yeah, she also has a gun gripping hand for her right hand, just like Carlos, and that is really cool. Her other hand has a resting palm kind of thing. It's really stiff on my figure, so it doesn't really swivel side to side, this part. It's supposed to, but yeah, it is cool still. Love the classic looking suit or a costume for her. The shoulder pad comes separated, and there's like a 2-peg on each of her shoulder parts, so you just put it in there. It's kind of loose though, so just do be careful. And this pocket part, also comes separated. You just put it in there. And not as detailed as Carlos, especially when it comes to the wrinkles. At the back, yeah, maybe. The shoe is nicely done too. But she has hard time standing with this base. There's only a single peg for single feet, but still. This base has a Raccoon City, RPD, and Stars logo, with Biohazard mark again in red color. That is such a cool thing for the base, especially. Yeah. So under the feet, there's only one peg hole, which kind of sucks in my opinion, because I think it could have been better. Maybe I should keep it like that, because yeah, I mean the logo here is like roughly textured, so putting this her feet over this thing might possibly create a scuff over time for making her stand on this base. Maybe get a separate base for her, but I think this will still do though. It's a amazing stand. I really do like this. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Jill Valentine. Let's get to Nemesis now, but the thing is, I've already did a review for this guy in my Patriot Studios Nemesis review, so please do go check it out. I'll leave a link to that video in the comment section. So we're gonna have a quick run through the Nemesis. He is tall, way taller than the other guys over here, just like a boss. He's a big boss. He's tall too, so gotta give him a better angle and height to review. So there we go. Nemesis. So, what can we talk about him? Let's get to his head first. It is amazing. So, oh, he's way too tall. Darn it. There we go. So, he has a really nicely sculpted head as well. Especially the teeth. I really like the teeth over here. It's really cool. You know, it looks very different to the remade version of Nemesis. This is the original Nemesis, so he doesn't have this like functional heart kind of mechanic thing on his chest, or a torso, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, he's really nicely made. Like these flesh, the painting's quite nicely done too. All these like pipe kind of section, which looks like intestines. Quite disturbing and very well made. The costume of this guy's made out of rubber, but unfortunately, I got this guy secondhand because, you know, I wasn't even born when this guy was released. I'm pretty sure that's the case. There are some tiny ripped parts for some of the section of this costume, but it's fine. Just do be careful with yours. Really nicely sculpted, these like buckles, like belts kind of thing. His wrist, the hands are nicely painted and sculpted too. Look how well weathered it is on the fingers and things. It looks disgusting. Well, since the costume's made out of rubber, there's like not too much detail, but there are decent enough details there. acceptable details, nicely done wrinkles. Look at that. My problem with this figure is that he smells a bit like those perfume-ish. It emits this like old, like a vintage smell. So I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm trying to get rid of this smell over time in my shelf. And his boots are really nicely done. A lot of wrinkles. Again, these buckles, really nice under the feet. Nothing. This guy doesn't need a base because he stands just fine with his gigantic feet. But again, really nice figure over here. And yeah, I mean, you gotta love Nemesis. He's extremely iconic for this entire franchise. So what he comes with him is his rocket launcher. Look at that. Very simplistic. And yeah, I mean, it's not in black, it's like in dark grayish color. Still is a nice piece over here. The handle, the mag. Look at that. There's nothing, no missiles like Picture Studios Nemesis. Nothing, but still, yeah. I think it could have been bigger and stuff. Maybe a bit of more detail to the weapon. That would have been better. Also, there comes his separate head, which is my favorite, where he has a movable jaw for this guy. Cool stuff. Look at that. Yum yum. Nicely done flesh. Though you get a seam, obviously, which doesn't look too nice. But for an action figure, it is definitely acceptable. It looks really great. All that stitched mark over there, the flesh at the back, very disgusting and disturbing. He got a gigantic peg over here. Yeah, really cool. And lastly, what this guy comes with is his open grip hands. So, oh no, it's not really an open grip. Sorry, my bad. It's supposed to hold a bazooka, the rocket launcher. So, yeah, this is more of a closed gripping hand. This is more of a open gripping hand. Not so sure what this is for, but you can put his handle in here, just like that, and it works just fine. But if it goes all the way inwards, it gets floppy, so maybe keep it in the mid-range. It's kind of hard to, make this rocket launcher stay on its place properly, but just to be aware of that. It still really is a nice accessory. It's open hand too. It's way too widely open to hold the weapon, by the way, so no real use of this accessory. Finally, let's get to the Hunter Beta. So Hunter Beta is really nicely done as well. He's the heaviest among all of these four, and he is the bulkiest looking and quite big. Though he is not as tall as Nemesis, it is horizontally big, should I say. But here it is. The original design of the Hunter Beta, so it is really nicely done. The disgusting teeth and flesh that's covering in the middle section of the left side of the lips over there. His single eye. Look at all those like disgusting blister kind of details everywhere, like these extended flesh and muscle definitions, really nicely done too. I love the color scheme on this thing. A bright red, it's almost like a wine with some brown, darkish brown color everywhere. It is really cool. He doesn't come with any accessory, but really nice addition to it. Will be such a nice addition to your collection if you manage to find one. These figures are really hard to get nowadays, and they are extremely pricey, so do be aware of that. His claws are really nicely weathered. The black washes there. Look at that. His torso's more on the thin side, and his waist is more on the thin side. His torso's gigantic. The arms are more on the thin side too. Really nice. This guy's really heavy. My wrist hurts actually right now. Muscle definition on the leg, wrinkles, the bottom of the feet. Look at that. It's amazing. The backside though. Like, ew, that is disgusting. Really is. And that also means they nailed the detail for this figure. Horror stuff has to be disgusting and disturbing when it comes to details, so Mobydick nailed the figure. At least in my opinion. The spine is really nicely done too, the wrinkles at the back. Same go with the claws again. And yeah, wrinkle at the backside of the feet. Really cool. Cool stuff with this Hunter beta. There we go. Yep. So I did skip the articulation, if you guys have noticed already, and that is because some of the joints are extremely stiff, some are really loose, and it's such a hassle to do and articulate every single part of these figures, so please do understand. So it's more of a showcase / review-ish as well, but I already told most of my subs that I will do a showcase for the figures that I truly take care of, and these figures has to be one of my prioritized collection, like a series from my entire horror collection, so please do understand with that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. I really wanted to take you back to the old days where these things were a thing back then. Such an amazing piece, still holds up to this date, and if you ever managed to get these guys in an affordable price, I highly recommend you to get it. I don't have any Palisades Resident Evil figures to compare to, unfortunately, but here it is. I also did a review with Toy Biz of William Birkin from Resident Evil 2 figures, so I'll also leave a link to that video in the comment below as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it for today's review, and I hope you really enjoyed your journey of seeing these old figures back again in modernized video. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.